Hey, you guys, it's your girl Janelle with Cope with Janelle. That's Climb Over Problems Every Day, located at 7825 Broad River Road in Irmo, South Carolina. All right, you guys. First, let me say Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy Little Christmas. If you celebrate, I don't even know. Happy Chinese New Year. Um, Almost happy MLK Day, all the things. I know we have been away for the last two Wednesdays because they fell on a holiday, right? Who knew? I forgot. But in any case, we are back now. And what better of a topic than to be talking about SMART goals versus resolutions? You know how we do during the new year. It is a norm reference practice to sit down and reflect over the year that just left out and then think of new things that you want to do for the year coming in. And if anybody's like me, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm a get my health together." hmm And be in that gym for like maybe 2, 3 weeks, maybe a full month, who knows? Um, and then like the resolutions kind of fall by the wayside. That happens to a great deal of us. So I want to talk about a few things dealing with that today. So hopefully I can help y'all out in terms of being consistent and myself, like why I'm playing. We're all in this together. But if you would also like to submit a topic or a question that you have and you want to be able to interact, please feel free to send a text message to the Cope with Janelle line at 803-830-0639. Again, that's 803-830-0639. It's right there. Okay. And also, if you want to email, you can always email at copewithjanelle@gmail.com. And I'll be sure to have your topics represented in the podcast in the future ones. Remember, we meet every Wednesday at 12:11 p.m. So catch me on your lunch break. I'm giving you 11 minutes to go get your food out the break room, warm up your dish from last night, sit back down at your desk, and let's get into it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I was looking at some of the goals that people were making for this year, the 2025, and I was looking at the different topics that kept repeating itself: personal goals, goals with their finance, with their health, goals regarding traveling more, goals regarding being more kind, having random acts of kindness, to work on their relationships, and even to declutter. That was one that I saw a lot, right? To declutter. It's always great to have like these revelations that you get at the end of the year after reflecting on what happened for that whole year prior to see what areas of growth may be necessary, right? So, decluttering, that seemed to be one of the top ones. We tend to hold on and hoard a lot of things, but just saying, I want to declutter during 2025, like, what does that really mean? If the goal is to declutter, to reduce the waste in your home, to get rid of old clothes, to condense things, or to give things to other people that may not have, okay, I got it. Um, but we have to turn this goal into a SMART goal. What does SMART really mean? That's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, relevant, or I like to interchange that with realistic, and also timely or time bound. You want to make sure that your goal is specific. So when we're talking about specific, I mean, who's going to declutter? And what is that going to really entail? Does that mean, okay, reducing the closet and the tubs that you have of clothes and the baskets of shoes and all the things down to a certain number? Like being specific, who's going to do it and what exactly does it look like? Measurable is the next part of SMART. Measurable means actually putting some type of measurement in place so that you can really see the progress of the goal. Have I met the goal? Am I on my way to the goal? So, am I trying to reduce the amount of clothes that I have in the house down to my one closet? You'd be able to measure that by if all your clothes are out of the hallway closet, your children's closet, the guest room closet, the office closet. Like you'll be able to tell, okay? The next one is realistic, um, or achievable, rather, excuse me. So the A in SMART, achievable, is it able to be done in a certain, with your capacity? So, for example, if you're saying, well, yes, I want to declutter and remove all of the excess clothes from my house before the end of January. Okay. Do you have the means of getting the clothes out of the house? Do you have the capacity outside of your work hours and your family hours or whatever your commitments are to actually dedicate to reducing the clutter and getting the clothes packed up? Is it achievable? Like, are you set up in a way where you actually can do this? The next one is relevant. You want to make sure that the act of reducing the clothes is aligning with your overall goal of decluttering. I have ADHD, right? And so when a room is cluttered, it's also representation of kind of like my mind. My mind is all over the place. And when my mind is all over the place, anxiety can rise as well. So if my goal, my ultimate goal, is to reduce the anxiety in my life, I'm going to break that down by putting some objectives in place. I'm going to reduce the anxiety by decluttering because I know that clutter for me creates anxiety, right? So now I have the objective, but now I'm going to put some interventions like down. So one of the interventions is to get rid of all of the excess clothes so that I don't have like the piles of laundry that have no place to go because all the closets are full and all the drawers are full, right? So it breaks down like that. You want to make sure that whatever task you're doing that's tied to your goal or your resolution, so to speak, actually aligns with what your overall goal is. There's no need to say, yes, I want to declutter, and the intervention that you're putting in place is to simply organize the clutter that you already have. Well, it's more manageable, but it's still clutter. You see what I mean? All right. The last one, timely, or making sure your goal, your SMART goal, is time bound. You want to actually have a cutoff, an expiration date, time. When do you want this goal to be completed by? Make it something that actually makes sense. So, how long does it really take for a person to declutter just the closets, just their clothes? Is it going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 months? Or for you, will it only take, well, I can do this in a week? If you set a time constraint around it, the likelihood of you actually completing that goes up exponentially. And that's part of the conflict that we have when we make resolutions. We don't follow through because we don't set a time limit. Okay, so there are several reasons why New Year's resolutions tend to fall by the wayside. A lot of times we have unrealistic goals. We have unclear plans as to how we're going to achieve those goals. We ignore certain things, especially as it pertains to nutrition. We ignore nutrition. Um, I know that one of the things that my home church, when I was growing up in New York, that they do a lot in the beginning of the year is they enter into a Daniel's fast. And I remember as a kid, like even participating in the Daniel's fast and being so excited to break the fast um, when the 21 days were over, breaking the fast with stuff that didn't even make sense, like, um, Pizza Hut or something, like just something ridiculous. You want to make sure that you focus on not ignoring simple signs or things that you should do. Like if you're breaking a fast or you're deciding to fast, break that when you come off of the fast with nutrient rich type of foods, not Pizza Hut or Chinese food. Bad decisions. I digress. um, Another reason why resolutions do tend to fail a lot is because we overdo it, doing too much. Um, Gradually build up a routine, gradually move towards the goals. It's not a sprint. You got 365 days, 366 on a leap year to get the goals done. Like, build up. Another reason is because we tend to stick to old habits. Old habits die hard, um, and they're easy, they're comfortable. We know them. Here's another one: lack of support. You got those people around you sometimes that be sabotaging. You never baked anything, but now you baking all the pound cakes and all the pies. Like, when did you start doing that? Hmm? Huh? You never spent money before, and I'm trying to save money now. You want to go shopping all the time. When did you start doing that? Huh? It's that support. You want to make sure you have a good support system around you, especially as it pertains to integrating SMART goals into your life this year. And one of the top reasons is because we lack that discipline to commit. Come on, commitment. Not just in relationships, but committing to yourself for a fresh start, for a plan of action designed to keep you accountable. It's hard to make a commitment because then you're accountable. Then you've either succeeded or you've failed, so to speak. And if we leave things open or loose or without time limits or without dates of when we want to achieve a goal, then it makes it lackadaisical. We don't have to really fully commit to it. But I challenge you all, if there are things that you want to see different in your life this year, set SMART goals, make a clear plan. Don't ignore simple signs and things. Don't overdo it. Do not do the most. Leave the old habits in the past, and really press towards making new habits. Surround yourself with the support that you need to be successful, not the support that is going to sabotage you and get you back in the okie doke with the same old, same old. And above all, give yourself permission to commit to the change. I hope this has been helpful. Remember, if you have any comments or questions, definitely put it down in the comments below. But you can also feel free to send a text message to the Cope with Janelle line at 803-830-0639. Again, that's 803-830-0639. And I will look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 12:11. Bye.